Hello everyone, this is Alejandro Cremades, and today we're going to be talking about the advantages of being an entrepreneur. So let's face it, being an entrepreneur is super underrated. It's one of the most fulfilling things that one can experience. So obviously at this point you may be benchmarking like against pros and cons and whether to understand if this is something that you may want to take on or not. So in today's video, we're going to provide you with some insights so that you're able to decide whether or not making that leap of faith makes sense for you. So with that being said, let's get into it. So the first thing is that you are the master of your own destiny. So now you don't have a boss, you don't have a corporation that may decide to fire you the next day. Also, you're able to really control your direction, the way that you learn, the way that you go about things, the initiatives that you want to do, and then also the segment that you want to be in. So really, as an entrepreneur, you're able to control your own destiny, where your future career is heading to, and that is super fulfilling. It is also the most sane and safest path. Obviously, being an entrepreneur is not easy, it's full of ups and downs, it's a super risky scenario, but also anything that has to do with business is risky as well. As I said earlier, you can be in a job in a corporation and they can fire you at any point. So here, by really being your own boss, by having your own business, you're really going to be calling the shots. You're really going to be the master and your own boss, and you don't need to report to anyone or to rely on a third party to really control where your future is heading. So really, at the end of the day, being an entrepreneur is going to be the safest path to really develop that career and to really have those successes being super fulfilling. You live and die with no regrets. So I can't stress enough how one of the biggest questions or the biggest regrets that people have is the what if. What if I had done this? What if I had done that? That is one of the biggest regrets when you are coming to the final days in your life. So really being an entrepreneur and taking that leap of faith is going to be super fulfilling in that regard, where you're not going to have what ifs. You actually saw that idea, you saw that opportunity, you were excited, you were passionate about that specific problem that you wanted to address, to resolve, to bring a solution to market. And there is going to be no regrets when you get to those years, because you can surely bet that you lived your life the way that you wanted to live it, and that you had no what ifs because you actually did what you actually thought it made sense at that point. Being an entrepreneur also, you can make your own decisions and do it better. You can also use data to iterate, to see what's working, what's not working. Obviously those business plans, bringing to market, it's not gonna work anymore. You can use a pitch deck, just like the pitch deck template that you can see below, to essentially develop your story, to see what the customers are saying, what potential employees or maybe potential investors, so that you continue to iterate. But essentially with data, you're going to be able to really develop that story that you're going to be using in order to create that possibility around the universe that you're creating of customers, employees, or investors to continue pushing things forward. Then forget about the positive peer pressure. So here as an entrepreneur, you're going to have that opportunity to develop the future that you want to see, to really put that gap that you're seeing in the market, in that future that perhaps you're seeing in front of you. Because at the end of the day, when you become an entrepreneur, it's because you are seeing basically a problem that is there in the marketplace, and that you've developed a solution to really address what's happening in the market. Then also as an entrepreneur, you have the possibility of really building a legacy, creating something that is generating not only great wealth for your business, but then also that when you die, you're remembered. And that is one of the biggest things, because being part of this world and really putting a dent in it and doing it in a way in which people are going to remember you is super, super powerful. You can also teach your kids to do the same, because by your kids looking at you, seeing how you're executing, I gotta tell you that some of the best entrepreneurs that I have interviewed in the Deal Makers podcast, where I have interviewed super successful entrepreneurs, Their parents were also entrepreneurs. They were able to see the ups, the downs, to see how they embraced the journey and how fulfilling, like during the highs, things were. So essentially, being an entrepreneur, you're gonna be able to teach your kids that they can also create the future that they wanna live into. So also as an entrepreneur, you have the opportunity to make a difference to others. You can really empower other entrepreneurs once you've come across and you've really experienced that journey. Because part of entrepreneurship and then also being an entrepreneur is the pay it forward mentality, because there's going to be some other people that are going to come and that are going to try to go to the same path that you're heading into. So with that being said, I'd love to hear in the comment section what you're all up to, and then also take a look at the fundraising training, which is the program where we help entrepreneurs with fundraising anywhere from A to C. We have live Q&As, templates, agreements, a community of entrepreneurs helping each other all over the world, and I find that you'll find great value in it. So thank you so much for watching. And then also take a look at subscribing to the video. Please, I'm recording.